Good morning. On my first hike of the weekend up to the Old Man Coniston. We're staying in a little village called Coniston, just down the way from us here. We arrived last night about 8 o'clock. Today's hike is about 4 hours. Must be about 8 or 9 kilometres, I think it is. Doing a loop hike. Goes up Old Man Coniston. We're going to go past some tarns, which is some sort of mountain lakes in the area. Tarn being an old Norse word for pond or lake. This area, I'm gathering from what I'm seeing, it must have been an old copper mining area. So there's a lot of old sort of, railway carriages and stuff that they would have used down the mines. Alright, getting to our first gate. There we go. Alright, well I'm only at the start, so I will I'll bring you along every so often, and you can so I'll catch you up in a bit. Alright, we're probably about a quarter of the way up or something now. Just coming up this old track here, you can see they've built like a wall out of all the slate to the right of me there. We've come across this long cabling here. I don't know what it is. There was a big massive pulley buried in the ground down a bit, and you can see up there you go, there's a telegraph pole of some sort. So it'll have something to do with an old copper mine, I expect, but we'll find out a bit further up. Alright, literally 10 paces from where I just left you off. Got to the top here, and ruins of old buildings, all built out of slate. You can see a window there. And there's some old machinery and some, you can see, I don't know whether this is just fallen piping or something. As you can see, some old railway lines. So this is where the trucks would have come out of. And over here, there's a sign up to say it's an archaeological place. Again, we've got more railway lines. And some big bit of machinery just in there as well. So we'll go for a bit of a wander around the side here. It's all just stone. It's all just dry stacked stone. So there's no mortar between any of these slate. We just get over here and there's some. And then we've got some views out over Coniston. You can see Coniston. I don't know whether. Yeah, that'll be Coniston water over there, I think. And we've come from the village of Coniston is sort of down that way between the valley there. So we'll continue on and I'll pick you up a bit later. Alright, made our way into must be an old open cut mine with all the slate around here. I don't know what it is. It looks a bit like something out of Lord of the Rings, to be honest. Something like I don't know, those goblin things that are in there live. You can see it's quite a sheer dropout, and it's clearly been, well, I'm assuming it's been dug out because it doesn't look natural by any means. And you can see up there, I don't know if you can see it in the video, there you go, that's that bit of wire, or that big bit of cabling I found down a little bit. I think I've solved what that is. That's a gondola wire. So I'm assuming the mines they would have had further up here, they would have sent the raw materials down in buckets on the cables.
The next slide left.
You can see, actually, if you look up behind me, probably can't see it in the video, you can see some anchoring points for the cabling. So yeah, we're about 500-600 meters now from the peak of Old Man Coniston, and from there we'll begin the loop back around, back into Coniston waters. We're only a couple hundred metres now from the top. We've just been down that little tarn down there called Low Water. You can see the pathway down here. There's a stray sheep. There's another one over that way. Anyway, why don't you stay with us? We will descend to the top of the Old Man Coniston from here. So you can see it's just it's a pretty good trail all the way up. Pretty easy going. Lots of nice views. It's not particularly high around these parts. It's not like the Alps or anything. But it's still, but you still get some really nice views, and there's not a lot of vegetation on the actual hillsides themselves. You can see there's this very low cut grass, so you tend to see quite a distance. I think there's a little bit to go up there, and then we'll join on at the top. Alright, we're on to the last scramble to the top of Old Man Coniston. Look behind me here, you can see low water down behind me where we were before, Crow. And then we're kind of following this goat trail along now. It's not as well defined as the last tracks, but look, you can just see, what a view, hey? There's Coniston water behind me, all the way around. And we've got to get ourselves up to the top of there. It's not very far now, it's only about 100 metres or so, but quite steep, so it's deceivingly close. Alright, well, we'll pick you up when we're at the top of the Old Man Coniston. Alright, we are literally there. That's the Old Man Coniston up there, so we'll take you the last 10 or so metres to the top. We just passed some wild campers back there, so definitely on the bucket list to come back and get that one ticked off. Just have a look at that. We're going to see if we can scramble up to the top of that. There we go. And here is the anointed peak. You can see, look at that. What a walk, eh? We're going to walk all the way around those ridge lines that you can see behind me. We're going to continue on. So there's the anointed top, the designated peak of Old Man Coniston. What a view. It's down to Coniston water. You've got the low water tarn. We're down there. You can see the trail that winds along the mountainside there. And now, as I said, we're going to continue on that way, all the way around those ridge lines, continue on down. And if you look over behind me, you've got low water tarn, and in the background, there is another tarn. So we're going to make our way over to that one and then descend. There's a trail that runs parallel to the one I came up, and that's going to take us back home. But definitely worth it. And just at the top of Old Man Coniston here, there's this can of rocks that people have obviously been piling onto. So we've got our rock to add to the top. And you can see there's where the pile's going on up there. So very carefully, because I've got a camera in my other hand, put our other rock on top. There we go. Just spin around and have a look at that. Alright, we're just walking down from the top of Old Man Coniston here. I just thought I'd pick you up and show you. So it's a pretty barren landscape where we are at the moment. You can see it's a bit like a lunar landscape in a way. There's no real landmarks, nothing. The trail, you can't really see the trail as such. But what people have done, if you look behind me, well, here's one nice and close. They built these cans, and all the way down the road, trying to spot them. There you go. You look out into the distance there, you can actually start to see they've built cans all the way along the road or the pathway, so you can see where you're going. Quite an ingenious way of marking the route. Alright, we've just descended from the sort of the ridge line that was up there. We've just come down through I don't know, it was just straight off the side basically, across all this sort of low-lying grass. There was a bit of a stream running through it, and essentially just boulder hopped all the way down. We're now down here at that tarn. But this is the other one that we saw back up when I was at the Old Man Coniston. It's called Levers, or Lever Waters, however they pronounce it here. And then basically we're going to walk around the edge of the tarn there, and then essentially basically dropping back down on a path parallel to the one that we came back up. So probably not far to go now. Maybe another hour's worth of walking, if that, and then we'll be back home. Right, so we've come down from up there where we were before. We've got the tarn there to my left, and then behind us here we've actually got an old copper mine. So you can see down there, there's a bit of an entrance there. I don't know, this looks like a cave of some sort too, so I'm not quite sure how far deep in that goes. It's all fenced off at the moment, so you can't get in there. But that'd be fascinating to go down and have a look. You have to be pretty careful though, rock falls and the like. So I've just come down into the old copper mine down here. That was the one that we were up there before. You can see here, you can see the way they've worked it. Basically, they've just gone straight into the side of the rock, and you can see you can see by the colour of the stone that it's all just copper, I'm assuming, or something. Yeah, I don't know. It's rusty, so I don't know whether it's iron or copper, or I'll have to defer to someone who knows their rocks. But you can see you get like just dust, a real like rustiness on the walls, and over there.
GPS signal lost.
You can actually see.
Instructions will be delayed.
You can actually see the timber sort of layers where they've obviously worked each layer of the rock down, and they've just simply cut straight into this. And they've obviously it's just straight into the ground, and they've obviously just dragged it straight out the back up there and to the top. Pretty amazing. I don't know how old all this stuff, this sort of work is, but yeah, it's pretty cool. Just scrambling down the hillside here to that other copper mine, which is over there. I'm not going to go into it, but I'm just going to have a look, see what's there. You can just see all the amount of work that's gone into this area. Quite incredible, really. It's a lot of work. So I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but there's not much to see really. It's just a black hole basically. But yeah, old working copper mine. It's pretty cool.